Hello dear students, welcome back in our science session. So in today's science session we are going to move for the 6th lesson, but before that we are going to discuss one of the important point, that is care for environment. See, we all are living in the environment, we are the part of the environment, and it is our duty that we should take care of our environment. See, if you are having your own thing, it is your pen pouch, if it is your compass, pencil, pen, then you are taking care of it. Like that, nature is also over, then we have to take care of nature also, environment also. Okay, so let's see conservation of wildlife. We the humans share the planet earth with countless organisms including birds, amphibians, plants and microorganisms. Okay, see, on this earth we are only not there, means only the living things, in that only human beings are not there. So we are sharing our earth along with the birds, insect, amphibians means what, the animals which live in water also and on land also. Also some plants are also living, more amount of the plants are there, and microorganisms, we have seen microorganisms in our lesson number 2. So these microorganisms we cannot see with our naked eye. So all the things are present on the earth, and animals and plants found in the wild are called wildlife. The animals and the plants found in the nature, in the forest, are called as what, wildlife. Wildlife adds beauty to our planet and maintain the balance on the earth. It enhances the beauty of our earth, okay, and it maintains the balance of the earth. All living things are depends and survive greatly depends on the preservation of the environment and wildlife, means all the living things are interdependent, and our survival greatly depends on the presentation of the environment and wildlife. Means see, we all the living things, okay, human beings are telling that we are independent, but no, exactly we are depends on each other, okay, interdependent. All the human beings are depends on the plants for their food. Without plants we cannot get our food, okay. So in this way all the living things are interdependent, and our survival, our living process is greatly depends on the wildlife. So see, there are some human activities which affects the wildlife. Which are that? How do we affect the wildlife? Firstly, the thing is that we are cutting the more and more trees. Because of that, what happen? The lands are getting open, and which causes soil erosion, that we are going to see in our upcoming lesson. So we cut trees to get more land as the human population is increasing day by day. So to see the number of people in India is increasing, it is necessary to provide them shelter. So to build that shelters we have to cut the trees, and we have to make the buildings and all. This causes destruction of the natural habitat of the planet. But if we are making the shelter for the human beings, and for that we are cutting the trees, and that is the reason we are destroying, we are finishing the shelter of plants and animals. Some birds are living on the plants, then they are not getting the shelter. Because of that also pollution, like air, water and soil. Next one is there, that is what, illegal hunting of animals. Human beings are killing the animals, which is called as hunting of animals. And the climate change, the global warming, nowadays we are feeling very hot. If it is a rainy season, then also we are feeling hot. If it is a winter season, then also we are feeling hot. Why? Because it is because of the global warming, and all harm our valuable wildlife. Because of all these things, all these changes takes place in our nature. So what we have to do to preserve, to conserve our nature? What can you do as an individual? Let's see. Do not buy product made up of shell, ivory or leather. Now shell means what? Seashells we are getting, see in the image, I will show you shell. Ivory means, do you know elephants are having the 2 teeth outside, which is called as what? Ivory. And leather, it is the skin of the animal. So do not do not purchase the product which are made up of from the animal things. Many animals are illegally hunted for this. So for that process, to make all these things, we have to cut the different animals, we have to hunt the animals illegally. So it is better we should not purchase these products. Do not transport animals or plants from their natural habitat. So we should not transport the animals or plants. For example, if we'll talk about the camel is living in a desert, so we should not bring that camels here. Okay, here they cannot survive properly because it is not their natural habitat. They are adapted to live in the desert only. Same for the plants. Do not put birds in the cage. Very bad. It is very sad if we are keeping the birds in the cage. See, if someone will tell you live in one room throughout your life, is it possible for us? No. So like us, they are also the living things. So it is not good to keep the birds in a cage. If possible, then join an organization or club that works towards the protecting and conserving wildlife. Create awareness regarding the importance of forest and wildlife. We should tell to our friends, to our relatives that we should not cut the trees, we should protect the animals. And next one is very important, very easy also we can do, that is prevent pollution on our level, on our basis. We should try to avoid the plastic things, we will not cut the trees, we will not throw any garbage in the water. So in this manner we can stop the different types of the pollution. Okay. Hello dear students, a very warm good morning to all of you and welcome back in our science session. So in today's science session we are going to discuss about the next lesson from our syllabus, that is lesson number 6, soil. Okay, we are going to discuss about lesson number 6, soil. So let's start our discussion. So in this lesson we are going to see deeply how the soil form, which are the different types of the soil, which are the different uses of the soil, how the soil get away, means how the soil erosion takes place, and how we can protect the soil, how we can conserve the soil. So all these things we are going to see deeply one by one in this lesson. So let's start the soil. So if I say the soil, the first thing coming in our mind is what? The soil. You will see outside, in our house, in our surrounding, each and every land form, each and every part of the land is get covered with a soil, and that soil is a natural resource. Now natural resource means what? It is present naturally, it is not a man-made thing. Okay, the soil is a natural thing, it is a natural resource, it present naturally in the surrounding. Next one is that very important thing about the soil is that the soil is home for different animals. So many animals, some animals like rabbit, ant, snake, earthworm, all these are the animals are living in the soil. Also very important that plants are also growing in the soil, and if the plants will not grow, then all the living organisms will not get their enough food. So that very important, which is what? Plants, and that plants are growing in the soil. But the thing is that how this soil form. Okay, so the soil is formed because of the heat of the sun. After that we can say because of the heavy rainfall and because of the breaking down of the rocks. Okay, so because of all these things, because of the heat of the sun, because of the running water, because of the winter, because of the cold condition, what happened? The big rocks can get break down into the tiny pieces. Okay, big rocks can get break down into the tiny pieces, and it forms the soil, and that process is called as what? Weathering. That process is called as what? Weathering. So what we can say, what is by the weathering? The formation of the soil, that process is called as weathering. But how? What is that weathering? So because of the heat of the sun, then the rain, the running water, and because of the winter, what happened? The big rocks can get break into the small pieces, into the tiny pieces. Okay, and which forms the soil. Also this soil contains the organic matter of dead parts of plants and animals. Okay, the tiny pieces of the soil can get mixed into the organic substances of the dead matters of plants and animals, and that matter is called as what? Humus. Humus means what? Dead parts of plants and animal. Okay, dead substances of plants and animals. So as we know, as there are the plants, we can see that so many leaves are dropped down in near to the stem of the plant. So that is what the dead parts of the plant. Sometimes animals also get die. So that are what? Dead parts of plants and animals makes the soil fertile. Okay, and the dead parts of the plants and animals are called as what? Humus. So the tiny particles of the rocks can get mixed with the humus and makes the soil fertile. So along with the humus, the soil along with the humus, some minerals also get mixed in the soil, which makes the soil fertile. Okay, so in this way, what we have discussed about humus. Humus means what? The dead parts of plants and animals, which makes the soil fertile. It is black in color. It makes the soil blackish in color and makes the soil fertile also. Okay. Also, some minerals get mixed in the soil. And what is meant the weathering? The small pieces of the rocks get break down into the tiny pieces because of the heat of the sun, running water, winter. Then that process is called as what? Weathering. So my dear students, now we are going to move for the next one point, that we are going to see that what is the definition of the soil. So let's discuss the definition of the soil. The uppermost layer of the earth that contains minerals, some amount of air, water and organic matter is called soil. So what is the definition of the soil? The uppermost layer of the earth, the whatever the lands we can see, that is the uppermost layer of the earth. Okay, so the uppermost layer of the earth that contains what it contains? It contains different minerals. Also, it contains some amount of the air, and also it contains water, and also it contains some organic matter. What is the organic matter? Dead parts of plants and animals. Then it is called as what? Soil. And this soil is made up of different particles, or the size of the particles of the soil is not same. Soil is formed. Soil is composed of sand, gravel and clay particles. So all these things get mixed together and form the soil. Sand, then clay particles. See in the image you can see the gravels. Okay, these are the gravels. Then also we can say what? Sand. And also we can say the clay particles. All these things get mixed together and then it forms the soil. So these soils are having certain types. Okay, the soils is having certain types. And these types are based on the from which type of the rock the soil get made. Okay, so if the soil is get made from the red color rock, then the color of the soil will be what? Red. If the soil is from the black color rock, then it is the blackish in the color. So the color, also we can say that the texture of the soil and also the size of the particles. Okay, size of the particles of the soils are also different. Why is it so? Because the different types of the soils are from the different types of the rocks. Also, my dear student, the different soils contains the different types of the minerals. Okay, for example, we can say now we are living in the cave. So the soil contains the cave area. It contains the different types of the minerals. But it will go in the Satara, Sangli, Kolhapur. Then the soil which is present in that area, it contains the different types of the minerals. See, the color is also different. If you see the soil from that upside region, Satara, Sangli, Kolhapur, then we can see the color of the soil is black. While we can see the soil in our Konkan region, then it is what? Reddish in color. Why? Because the rock from that the soil formed, that color of the rocks are different. Why that color is different? Because that rock contains the different types of the minerals, and that is the reason according to the region, according to the places, the soil is having different color, also it having the different texture, and also it having the different size of the particles. Size of the particles means what? Some particles of the soils are big, some are having medium size and some are very small. So these are what? Different size of the particles are there. So on the basis of the size, color and texture, the soil is having three types. There are three types of the soil, that are sandy, clayey and loamy. Sandy, clayey and loamy soil. Okay, so let's discuss about the first one soil, that is what? Sandy soil. So if we talk about the sandy soil, then what comes in our mind first? Where we can see this sandy soil? Yes, correct. We can see the sandy soil near the seashore, or we can see near the coastal area, and very important, we can see this sandy soil in the desert. Okay, So these sandy soils are having the large size particles. Okay, their particle size of the sandy soil is large and they are loosely packed. There is some space between the particles of the soil. Okay, and that is the reason. They are big, light and loosely packed. So many particles are away from each other. Okay, so the sandy soil contains the sand. They are big, light and away from each other, or they are loosely packed. It found in the desert, also it found in the seashore. The sandy soil cannot hold the more amount of water. The sandy soil cannot hold the more amount of the water, as there is a space between the particles of the soil. The water can get easily run away from the soil. Mostly the soil is a brown or the yellowish in a color. And the next one thing is that this soil is very important. This sandy soil can get mixed into the cement and used for the different construction purpose. Okay, so this is the first one method, that is what? Sandy soil. You can see in the image also how exactly the sandy soil. Now we are going to move for the next one, that is what? Clay soil. That is what? Clay soil. So let's discuss about what is meant by clay. Okay, so this clay soil mainly forms with the help of the very fine. Okay, with the help of the very fine particles. The particle size are very small. They are tiny particles. Clay soil contains the tiny particles. And that particles are close to each other. See, there is no more space for the particles. The particles are very close to each other. Okay. This type of the soil is formed on the ponds or in the lakes. So in the pond and in the lakes, you can see this clay soil. So this clay soil can hold the more amount of the water. It can absorb. It can hold the maximum amount of the water. Why is it so? Because here you can see that in the molecules of the clay soil, whatever the particles of the clay soil are very closely packed, so water cannot come out from that particle. That is the reason it can hold a more amount of water. That is the reason this soil is used for the making of the pots or the different things. So this type of the soil can use for the making of the pots, for making of the kacha house and for making of the toys also. Okay, so this is all about what? Clay soil. Now we are going to discuss about the loamy soil. Okay, we are going to discuss about loamy soil. Okay, so see my dear students, now loamy soil. So this loamy soil contain sand also and clay also. Okay, this loamy soil contain sand also and it contains the clay also. Okay, so this loamy soil contains the sand also and clay also. Also very important, because of this sand, what happens, the air in this loamy soil is enough. There is a more amount of the air. Also because of this clay particle, it can hold the maximum water. It can absorb, so it can hold the more amount of the water. So what we can say that the loamy soil contains the enough amount of the air also and water also. And because of that reason, this loamy soil is good for growing the crops and plants. Okay, this loamy soil is good for growing the crops and plants. Okay, so in this way, these are the three types of the soil we have seen. We have discussed about the sandy soil, then we have discussed about the clay soil, then we have discussed about the loamy soil. Okay, so my dear student, this is all about today. Today we will stop here. We will meet in the next video with the next point. And for today, thank you.